Alright, good morning everybody. It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlogs. Here to continue with my SEC previews for the 2016 college football season. Continuing in the East Division, here to talk about South Carolina for this vlog. Last season, the Gamecocks had a down year, going 3-9 overall, and they actually started off the season pretty good with a win against a good UNC team who actually pulled off a 10-plus win season last season, which was a little bit of a shocker for me how the Gamecocks actually went down in the 11 remaining games, going 2-9 for the final 11 games due to the terrible play offensively. Head coach Steve Spurrier actually had to exit out in the middle of the season, so they have an entire new coaching staff entering this year with Will Muschamp leading the way as their new head coach, actually coming from Auburn. Had a little bit of a bad tenure at Florida, and he's looking to redeem himself in the SEC East. Now, as far as the offense, last season they were led most of the time by quarterback Perry Orth, who led the team with passing with 12 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions. But I think this year, that freshman Brandon McElvin can take over the helm at quarterback. But they are going to be missing out a lot of key players and pretty much their entire offense. And as far as the receiving core, they depended more on Pharaoh Cooper, who led the team in receiving, and he was an All-SEC performer first team according to AP polls. Now, he was a major threat offensively, and now he's gone. He's now with the Los Angeles Rams, and they also lost their second leading receiver in tight end Jarrell Adams, who's trying out for the New York Giants. So those are key losses. So Debo Samuel, Jamari Smith, as well as Brian Edwards is going to have to step it up as far as the receiving core to help things out. Now, as far as the ground attack, Brandon Wilds led the team in rushing. He's now with the Atlanta Falcons. He had a pretty good game against the Washington Redskins in the first preseason game. But now David Williams is going to have to step it up at running back. He only averaged 3.5 yards per carry. They need to find a way to run the football effectively in order to win it in the SEC. And as I mentioned before, it's all about that line of scrimmage. The offensive line is going to have to step it up, and they're going to have to get the ground game going just to spread things open more as far as the passing attack. Now, as far as the defensive unit, they had a pretty decent defense in my opinion last season, but the reason why they gave us so many points was mainly because of the poor play in the offensive unit, forcing the defense to get back on the field. This season, as far as the defensive line, they're led by Marcavius Lewis. The linebackers, TJ Holloman and John Walton, they're pretty good. They're okay. I'm looking for them to improve this year. And as far as the secondary, where I believe they possibly be the weakest in this area, they are actually led by safety Jordan Diggs, and they kind of lack great play experience as far as the overall secondary players, but I think that they could improve a little bit this season, but we will see. It really depends on the offensive unit. Now, when you take a good look at their schedule, they do open up the season against Vanderbilt. They can have an opportunity to come off with a win, but then they have a tough road ahead of them. I'm dealing with Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and in their season finale against Clemson and their arch rival. Now, this is going to be another tough year for the Gamecocks. This is a more beginning process, a rebuilding year for South Carolina. I see them at best pulling off 4 wins for the season. I have them going 4-8 overall. Now, the next time to catch you guys will be in just a couple minutes. I have a lot more blogs for today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, King McCall. Be easy.